In this video, we're going to be talking about how to do a 30-day money fast and how that can jumpstart your financial goals. Coming up next. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue, where we talk about how to make money, save money, and live well in retirement. Well, one of the best ways to get started on your financial goals is to do a 30-day money fast. Now, over the past few months, I'm recording this in early 2020, so over the past few months in quarantine, a lot of our money habits have changed. And for years, I'm sure you, as well as most people, thought, if I could just stay home and not have to go to work and do all these things, then I wouldn't spend money. Quarantine has proven that was a lie. So it's time to face some facts about your financial behaviors. And the quickest and easiest way to uncover some of those financial behaviors that aren't really serving you is to go on a 30-day money fast. Now, the cool thing about doing a 30-day money fast, just like a diet cleanse you might go on, is it's only 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days. So let's talk about how that might function. Now, when I say a money fast, what I mean is that you do not spend any money above your absolute necessities for 30 days. Number one, it means you have to plan your meals. You need to be able to shop for your meals for a month before your money fast. This is a great opportunity for you to write down your meals, for you to try to be really efficient with those meals. One of the things that I do is on the weekends, I'll create 1 or 2 meals that will go for multiple servings. Maybe it's lasagna one night. Maybe it's a green chili stew, one of my favorites, yum, one night. Well, those will go for several meals throughout the week. And I'll keep those in the fridge because inevitably you're going to come home from work one day and think, I just don't want to cook. Oh my God, I just don't want to cook. And you have something to heat and eat. That's really critical because when you're really tired, it's easy to hop off that money fast bandwagon and just run through the drive-thru. So that's one of the things that's critical to do. Plan ahead. Have snacks. Plan ahead. Whether that be your carrots or your trail mix or whatever, have your snacks so you're not running and getting something. You're not even going to the vending machine at work. You're not doing any of those things. Plan ahead for your meals. Go to the grocery store once. And this is going to take some planning, but go to that grocery store one time. Be sure and buy your paper products, your toilet paper. And I don't mean act like a prepper and go, buy for a year. You're buying for a month. What this is doing is creating the idea that you can shop once and go for a much longer period of time. One of the ways money just drains through our hands is we're constantly going to the store. Constantly. Maybe 3 or 4 times a week you're just stopping by to pick this up, stopping by to pick that up. You never just get the thing you were going for. You always get the extra things, the little things. Same is true with online shopping. You get on there to get one thing. Next thing you know, UPS is showing up with $100 worth of stuff you didn't really need right then. This 30-day fast is to identify those behaviors and maybe set in some new behaviors that will help you long term. But here again, it's just 30 days you can do it. The second thing is commit that you will eat and drink at home. And I mean, drink water, drink coffee. I love my coffee. I love my coffee. And I understand it's really easy to zip through the drive-thru on the way to work and pick it up rather than do it at home. However, the old excuse of, I don't have time to do it at home, I've got to go through the drive-thru. Think about how much time you actually spend in that drive-thru. You could easily have made an entire pot of coffee at home and taken some of it with you. And probably gotten to work on time. Just a thought. Anyway, commit that you're going to eat and drink at home. Take your snacks with you from home. Don't spend any money eating or drinking out for 1 month. And tell people that's what you're doing. You're on a money fast. They may hop on the bandwagon with you. Now, there are going to be times when you actually have to have cash for something. You have to have money for something during the month that's unexpected or comes up. What I suggest you do is take $100 in cash, put it in an envelope. If you have to use that money for something, put the receipt back in the envelope. At the end of the 30 days, you're going to evaluate exactly what you spent cash on. Now, the trick here is don't use your debit cards. Don't use any cards. Force yourself to either say no to that thing or only spend cash and give yourself a small amount of cash. Now, for some people, $100 is plenty. For other people, depending on where you live, it may not be, but give yourself what is considered a small amount. $100 is a good place to start. And then at the end of the month, you can evaluate where that $100 went. But don't be spending it on fast food. Don't be spending it on coffee. Don't spend it on anything that you have committed not to spend it on. That's the trick. Now, during this month, you're not going to be buying gifts for people. You're not going to be buying clothes. You're not going to be buying garden supplies. You're not going to be buying trinkets for your house. That includes in person and online. Most people don't realize how much of that they do, and they don't do it because they need those items. They do it because it gives them a little bit of a dopamine hit when they buy something. It feels good. That's the behavior you're trying to address. You're trying to distance yourself from that feel-good dopamine reaction where you can objectively look at those expenses and realize, okay, was this necessary or not? But for 30 days, you will be doing none of that stuff. So consider that a hard and fast rule. No clothes, no eating out, no books, no anything for a month. Now, of course, you're making these rules. So you decide what rules apply, and then you stick with them. If you haven't been to the gym in a month or so, call them up. See if you can suspend your gym membership for a month. If you have subscriptions you don't use, now's a good time to cancel them. Get them off your card. Whatever is coming out of your accounts, now's a good time to stop it. See how much money you can put into that account and not take anything out except for basic expenses, utilities, mortgage, gas for your vehicle. That's it. That's it. And that also means, hey, no going out to the movies or going out for entertainment. Stay home. Stay home and entertain yourself at home. You can do live walkthroughs of the Smithsonian, of museums all over the world. You couldn't do that a year ago. Take advantage of that. You can camp out in your backyard. You remember when you were a kid and you camped out in your backyard or you slept all night on the trampoline? Do that with your kids. Actually, I just got a tent for my grandson, so they can go do that. They can camp out in their own backyard. Do fun things like that that don't cost money. Go to the park, feed the ducks, do that kind of stuff. You don't have to go and spend money all the time in order for you to enjoy something. Go back to those things that you love to do that don't cost. And for that month, those are the things you're going to focus on. Doesn't mean you don't take a vacation at some point in the future. Just for that month, you're doing your money fast. You're not going to spend money on entertainment. Now, let's say you've gotten through your entire month. You're down to the last day, and you're so looking forward to going and eating out. Because that's most of us. But let's say you're on your last day. Before you go eat out, before you do anything, before you spend any extra money, sit down, look through all of your accounts, look through your cash envelope, evaluate how the month went. Was it a lot harder than you thought it was going to be? And in what ways? What things did you miss? Are the behaviors that you're doing each week, each month, your buying patterns, are those indicative of a different problem? In other words, are you buying things because it feels good, or are you buying things because you need them? Once you have gone through a 30-day money fast, it allows you to be much more objective between things that are needs and wants. Because generally speaking, if you try to sit down and do a budget before doing a money fast, everything you're currently spending money on is a need. You feel like you need it. But you realize after doing a 30-day money fast, a lot of those are really wants. You don't actually need them. And I'm not talking about doing without things forever. I am just talking about 30 days. Now, it is a great practice, even if you set a budget, even if you get your spending in line, to try and do a money fast at least twice a year, if not 4 times a year, once a quarter, to do a 30-day money fast. You know, if you are an hourly employee, if you get paid every other week, then there are at least 2 months out of every year you get an extra paycheck. Now let's talk about how a money fast can jumpstart those financial goals. Well, if you do your money fast on the same month that you get an extra paycheck, and while you're doing your money fast, maybe you free up another $200, $500, maybe even more money than that. You free up, but let's say it's $500. And let's say your paychecks average about $1,000. Well, if you get an extra paycheck, which is $1,000, and you have freed up $500 extra dollars, that's $1,500 in cash in 30 days you have to put toward an emergency fund, paying down a high interest credit card, maybe putting that back for retirement, funding some repairs on your home, things that you need to do. Having that 30-day money fast shows you how quickly you can accumulate money. And if you do that twice a year, that's $3,000 a year. When you sit down and talk to someone, and I've done this a lot, and you say, okay, you need to free up $3,000 to $5,000 at least every year, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. There's just no way. There is a way. They just don't realize how quickly everything that hits their account is flowing through that account. And they don't have anything to show for it. When you do things on purpose and you do things on a conscious level and you choose those months that you do a money fast to be those same months you get the extra paycheck, you are going to quickly be able to reach those financial goals that seemed impossible at first. Don't keep thinking you can't do it. You can. So give it a whirl. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and click the little bell and you'll get notified of new videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.